I made like 90% gains and total returns जो highest दिए थे in the last 1 year in small cap was approximately 114. But कई लोग, right, many people will see like a portfolio correction of 30%, but others might only see a portfolio correction of 5-4%, right? Why? Because they might be holding this. Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So on today's video, I'm going to help you understand 5 types of stocks that I'm currently holding in my portfolio. Rather, I would focus my portfolio on these type of 5 stocks. Last time I had done such a video, it was regarding mutual funds, and I made that video openly like approximately 2 years back. And my returns on mutual fund portfolio had been exceptionally good, right? I mean, this has beaten more than 95% of actively managed mutual funds. And a lot of people benefited from that commentary. So I thought that, okay, this portfolio building videos or these types of portfolio building videos are extremely important, extremely critical for wealth generation. So I'll try to give you a little bit of commentary on that. So without wasting any time, let me just quickly jump into the topic. And the first type of stock that I'm holding in my portfolio are 5x type of stocks. Now, what are 5x type of stocks? So for example, if you invest in a stock at 100 rupees and you clearly see that it can go to like 500 rupees in the next 3 to 5 years. Now, these are 5x type of stocks. Now, of course, like, I mean, 5x is a multi-bagger return, one could argue, and this is what we hope. But a more practical understanding would be that, hey, when we are targeting these multi-bagger type of stocks, we are targeting return somewhere around 2x to 5x, right? So this is the more practical approach of understanding these 5x type of stocks. Now, why did I bring up the small cap 250 index story? Because this is a asset that I had purchased roughly 1.5 years back, and if I have to just quickly show you the performance of this asset from April 3rd, right? And आप देख भी सकते हो, and this is like my trade book जहाँ पे मैंने exit करी है position. I made like 90% gains and total returns जो highest दिए थे in the last 1 year in small cap was approximately 114. Now, I'm not saying this to boast or anything. I'm just simply telling you that, see boss, if I actually hold this asset, I purchased this asset somewhere here, right? At point X. And if I continue to hold this asset at point Y, इसके आगे चल के क्या नेट एंड मान के चलो कि माई वैल्यू वेंट फ्रॉम लेट्स से 100 रुपीज़ टू रफली 200 रुपीज़ हियर, राइट? इसमें 100% रन अप था. Now, can it go to like 400 rupees very soon or in the next 1 to 2 years? I don't know. The risk seems fairly high for a wide variety of reasons. Now, this is not the only area that you need to study this entire rectangle. You need to analyze and back test the entire history of this, right? So let me just quickly do that in 1 minute, and then I will actually explain some of these stocks that I'm bullish on from a 2x to 5x perspective. So, okay, so just helping you decode this history, basically what has happened is that, see, this was the run-up phase, this entire rectangle, but there was also a phase of stagnation. So for example, this was at the entire stagnation phase कि 2021 से करीब 2023 तक there was 0% run up. So yes, in the year 2023 to 2024 100% run up, but basically ये run up कहाँ से आया? 2021 से approximately 3.5 years में this 100% run up has been achieved. So the important point I'm trying to make is that even when you're trying to pick 2x to 5x type of multi-bagger type of stocks, they have to go through a consolidation period, right? And then you should be able to catch a breakout, right? So this is literally like a very basic point on these multi-bagger stocks. If you're not doing both these things, then the chances are that you're either buying the stock really expensive, and yeah, that's just not going to become like a 3x 5x stock anytime soon. So if I have to talk about 1 or 2 such 2x to 5x type of stocks, I will just quickly discuss it. Please don't take it as a recommendation. I would advocate against taking these as recommendations. I'm just simply sharing very quick frameworks with you. Now, if you check PVR Inox, for example, you will see that, hey, the stock has hardly given any run up in the last 4 years. So almost उसी price पे आपको मिल रहा है. In fact, 4 भी मैंने कम बोला. In fact, from 2019, it is available at the same price. And if you look at the numbers, right? So take a look at the overall results of PVR Inox in the last 5 years. What has been the performance? So this was 3,000, and now the revenues have doubled. What about profits? So profits have shrunk, profits are negative, but you need to see the trend, right? कि यहाँ से massively negative था, and now धीरे धीरे करके it is turning towards positive. This is very similar to Zomato type of story that we picked. वो भी 3x 4x हुआ था. Now something similar can happen on PVR Inox. Now see guys, basically the counter argument that comes is कि यार ये negative company है, why should we buy it, all that stuff. Very valid concerns, and it might happen that you might not make money, lose money on it. That's always a chance in terms of investing. I'm just sharing my perspective on this. But here what you need to notice is that, see, 2020, 2021 phase, this entire phase was very, very bad for what type of businesses? This was the COVID phase. And theater में जाके अनजान लोगों के साथ movie देखना is probably the worst thing that you could have done during COVID. And as a result, the stock price necessarily corrected. On top of that, what happened? The OTT game came into the picture. कि भाई साहब OTT आ गया है, brilliant movies getting released, what not. Yeah, it just literally like killed the movie going market. But the very fact that company is now making 6,000 crore of sales, they will be able to figure out profitabilities. So that is the understanding with which I'm investing. And if the stock goes back to its previous levels, ki previous profit margins uske hote the 189 crores and all that stuff, how much do you think the stock will run up by? Well, it will at least 4x, 5x. So therefore it fits this mold. Now, I don't want to jump into like, giving more stock recommendations and all that. So this is not the intent of the video. In fact, I teach things fundamentally in case you guys are interested how to build a portfolio, how to learn stock investing from scratch. Time की भारी कमी होती है because all of us go to office and all that. So I have a 4-day workshop in case you guys are interested. This is done over the weekends only. So I'm organizing this in Bangalore. It's an online plus offline type of an event. It will be wrapped up in 4 very intense learning days, and the feedback had been excellent. You can go check it yourself and you will really enjoy the event. More importantly, this is an in-person networking event. So you'll meet a lot of like-minded people, grow your community. We'll start a Bengaluru chapter for Wisdom Hatch. So you will get to meet a lot of like-minded people and grow your wealth, not only through learning new things, but also from collaboration, interaction. So definitely do check out the event. The seats get filled very, very fast. We'll not be able to extend the seats. So anyways, coming back to topic, the point number 1 is that I'm looking for these type of 4x, 5x stocks. Then comes second category of stocks I own. These are literally 2x type of stocks. Now these are not very, very complicated to find. Honestly, anyone can find out these 2x type of stocks. All you need to do is that you need to understand the concept of sector rotation. So this is like a sample that I have drawn just for illustration. This is not exactly how it plays out, but it will at least teach you the concept of sector rotation. See, जैसे आपने खुद देखा होगा ना कि कोविड के टाइम पे this was like 2020, 2021 phase, and in this phase IT stocks did really, really well. वहाँ पे बहुत growth थी. फिर क्या हुआ भाई कि अभी रिसेंटली आपने देखा होगा कि कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल्स गेव लाइक वेरी गुड रन अप. आईटी के बाद क्या हुआ था? सो लेट मी बैक ट्रैक द स्टोरी. सो आईटी के बाद क्या होता है कि रियल एस्टेट, आपके इंफ्रा ओरिएंटेड कंपनीज, पीएसयू कंपनीज, उनका एक फेज आया था, राइट. सो दे डिड वेरी वेल एंड यहाँ पे डेफिनेटली डबल हुए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे आई पिक पंजाब नेशनल बैंक, कैनरा बैंक, पीएनबी डबल हो गया था, वहाँ पे वी एग्जिटेड. स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक लाइक उज्जीवन स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक, इस पर बहुत प्रॉफिट बुक किया था. इक्विटास स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक, इस पर बहुत प्रॉफिट बुक करा था. यहाँ पे मेटा पे काफ़ी अच्छा प्रॉफिट था. यहाँ पे 150-200% रिटर्न्स भी मेड. देन अब रिसेंटली लाइक लास्ट 7-8 मंथ्स में कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल्स जैसे वोल्टास एंड वर्लपूल वर 2 ऑफ माई पिक्स. दे हैव गिवन वेरी गुड रन अप, राइट. वोल्टास डबल हो गया है, राइट. तो 2x अगेन वो बन गया. अभी हुआ क्या है, राइट, कि आपको करना क्या है इसमें, राइट. इट वेरी सिंपल कि जस्ट पिक समथिंग वेयर सेक्टर रोटेशन माइट हैपन, राइट. सो कहाँ पे हो सकता है? वेरी सिंपल बेट कि इट कैन हैपन प्राइवेट बैंक्स, राइट. वाई? बिकॉज अगेन दी नंबर्स आर एक्सेप्शनली गुड. अब जैसे अभी रिसेंटली जो लोन देने पे है, आई विल मेक अ सेपरेट वीडियो ऑन दैट, बट इन लेंडिंग इज गेटिंग ईज्ड आउट. अभी थोड़े दिन पहले क्या था कि लेंडिंग वॉज गेटिंग रेगुलेटेड लाइक क्रेजी. नाउ थोड़े टाइम में आप देखोगे लेंडिंग को बहुत ईजी कर देंगे. Who will benefit? NBFCs and private banks. So something like Bajaj Finance, right, which is a very simple company, something like HDFC Bank, something like Kotak. यार यहाँ पे ना एटलीस्ट ये लोग निफ्टी संभालेंगे. दिस इज वॉट इज गोइंग टू हैपन. माई एस्टिमेट इज दैट द मार्केट विल टैंक, राइट, बट दीज particular sections will be okay and they will be handling your nifty, right. So of course you will see nifty moving down by 10%, but kai log, right, many people will see like a portfolio correction of 30%, but others might only see a portfolio correction of 5-4%, right. Why? Because they might be holding this and this is what is saving their portfolio. So in a way these are somewhat like 2x type of stocks as of now according to my analysis. And of course, like if you check the revenue numbers, profit numbers for these private banks also, you will categorically see कि यहाँ पे इनका revenues double हो चुका है, profits have also doubled, tripled in some cases, but stock price hasn't moved. Time correction is over in this. Now, of course, like हम इसको ज़बरदस्ती दबा के रख सकते हैं for a little while, but it cannot, that story cannot go forever. It makes sense right now to have some positions here. Now, the third type of stock that I own in my portfolio are called as swing stocks. Now, what are swing stocks? जैसे मैंने एक post लिखा था यहाँ पे, right, and this is from my member community, and here I had spoken about Tata Elxsi, and this was done like 4-5 days ago, and today when I'm shooting this video, the stock is up 12%, and yesterday it went up by 3 or 4%, so 17% का return in 4 days. It has happened, and trust me, I'm not moving the stock. Now, why was that the case? Well, the reason was that a very big PMS fund manager from India, one of the most famous guys, he sold Tata Elxsi, and I wrote on my community post that, hey, I'll be buying it. For example, if you take a look, right, there is no problem with the business, right? The profits have been constantly increasing. The EPS has been constantly growing. I could not understand the logic why some famous person will sell Tata Elxsi now, especially when, if you look at its last 3-year PE, it has been consolidating in a range, right? So yahin pe consolidate ho raha tha. Ab ya to it will go up, yeah, it will go down. It was likely to go up if the company performance is better, and IT में and tech services में पैसा आने लग जाए. अब ये आएगा क्यों? क्योंकि भाई macros tell us that if interest rates are getting cut, then IT companies or asset light companies are going to benefit a lot, and that is precisely what happened. This was like free money sitting on the table. I was surprised that a big fund manager missed this, but anyways, this is not the objective. I'm simply trying to tell you that there are many opportunities, right? These are opportunistic stocks कि इसमें पता नहीं है कि कितने बनेंगे, right? I mean, will it be like 2x or 3x and all that? It's very hard to predict, but hey, we can definitely say that this is undervalued, and इसमें अच्छा खासा आपका 15% CAGR से ऊपर का रिटर्न तो बन ही जाएगा, right? And literally in what, like 4 days, 5 days, this has given like roughly 20% run up. मैंने गलत बोल दिया था. Today itself it has gone up by 15%. Now the next segment or the next set of stocks that I own in my portfolio and will be owning more are called as SME IPO stocks or unlisted stocks. Now, are these high risk? Yes, right? This is high risk, and I'm not encouraging that all of you should be owning this. But यहाँ पे क्या है ना, if you do like VC type of investing मान के चलो your portfolio is hypothetically 1 crore and you put like 10 to 15% in these type of companies, right? And how many, right? At least you own in this 10-15 lakhs, at least 30 companies, 30 firms, right? Now, इनमें से some of them will go on to become like 10x stocks, right? And वो होते हैं, मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा, यहाँ पे list है, right? And होते हैं, I have experienced it personally. Some of them will die, right? 15 will die, right? 15 will go to absolute zero. And कुछ 5-7 stocks जो होंगे वो आपको average return दे देंगे. So overall, जो आपका return बनेगा, right? That will be very, very good, right? So this is the type of investing that I am doing, and this is called as sentiment investing. I have done a video here. Please go and check it. I have explained the entire concept of sentiment based investing. It will give you a better idea, better perspective on how sentiment investing is done. I've started to appreciate this more. It's not as if कि सिर्फ fundamental investors जीते हैं. Sentimental investors also win or lose. So it makes sense to study this space properly. And जो चल रहा है market में यार, we have to respect it. Market का अपना दिमाग होता है. It's not as if कि just because I am saying कि ये सही है तो market makes it right. No. So we have to respect whatever is going on in the market. Fortunately or unfortunately, our markets are driven by sentiments. This is an angle that we have to pick up. So over time, I will put like roughly 20% portfolio into these type of stocks. That's my vision, and I will disclose everything on my member community, to my course students, etc. So in case you want to understand how to do this sensibly, again, that 4-day workshop is going to be very useful for you. Now the last type of assets I hold on my portfolio are called as hedges, right? अब जैसे call put options होते हैं तो मैं थोड़ी सी options भी करता हूँ, more from a hedging perspective, but वो थोड़ा सा complicated हो जाएगा तो I'll not get there. But having some kind of international exposure, जैसे कि US equity हो गई, right? So this is very important. International bonds, right? So this is something that I own. International real estate. Now all these, अब आप बोलोगे कि यार ये तो फालतू की चीज़ लग रही है कि ऐसा क्यों? तो मैं आपको एक छोटा सा example देता हूँ, right? For example, the FD rates in the Middle East is somewhere around like 5%, right? So 5% FD rates हो गए. What is after tax FD rate in Middle East, right? Okay, 5% because the tax is zero. Now, what is the appreciation of dirham compared to INR? Well, it is at least 5% a year. So what is the total return that you are making? You are making at least 10% return just from bond investing, that too in one of the safest things that you can do, which is FDs. Now, these type of options, not everyone can execute, but there are certain options. For example, you can have international exposure to US equities. Now, US equities, maybe whenever you put money, again, this thing is there that, dollar appreciation hota hi hai compared to INR, because INR keeps on getting weakened for wide variety of reasons. So that loss is prevented, and therefore having these type of hedges is very, very critical. If you are a slightly high ticket investor, now when I say high ticket, it would mean that if you have liquid wealth of more than 30 lakh plus 30-35 lakhs ke upar, then you should start thinking about these type of hedges also. A bunch of people will be correct who will be commenting, yaar Akshat, you know what, what's the point of buying like US stocks or considering like international real estate or international bonds, this, that stuff, portfolio size is like 10 lakhs. No, it doesn't make sense, right? First, grow your portfolio to 30 lakhs plus, then start thinking about all these options. So anyways, I hope that this gave you an understanding of how I design my portfolio roughly, and it's broadly designed. A lot of macroeconomics goes into designing whatever portfolio structure I have. I teach all these things again on my courses. So in case you guys are interested, you can definitely join. If you're a high ticket investor, definitely I will 100% recommend you to join. If you have a portfolio size of less than 10 lakhs, first grow it sensibly by investing in high growth assets, and subsequently you can learn more about hedging then. I hope that this video was useful, insightful. If you enjoyed it, do press the like button, and I'll see you soon.